held during the hottest months of the year and on the most demanding tracks in America. A victory in the 12-round Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship spells prestige and sales for any motorcycle manufacturer. A prestige that Honda enjoyed as often as any other brand until 2004.
It's been roughly about 13 years since Honda's won a major championship. From my perspective and the company's perspective, we're tired of losing.
After cruising to his second motocross championship last year on a Suzuki, Ken Roczen became a free agent, giving Honda a chance to acquire the rider, who many believe will win multiple titles in the near future.
This signing took over a year. You're waiting for Kenny because you know good things are about to come. I wanted to start having some success.
My first few months with Honda went absolutely amazing. We had huge plans, and plans got destroyed like that.
At round 3 of the Supercross Series, a slight mishap obliterated Ken's left arm, sidelining him indefinitely.
I think it's good for fans to live through it too and actually see what it takes, because I think it actually will make for a good story. I'm positive that I'll be back and put the red bike on the very top.
11-year veteran Ryan Dungey was the outright favorite going into the outdoors. But 1 week before the season opener, he made a stunning announcement.
Today I announced my retirement from racing professional supercross and motocross.
With Ken Roczen and Ryan Dungey on the sidelines, and the rest of the field without a Premier Class title, one racer's lifelong dream will be realized, as the 450 Motocross Series will produce a first-time champion.
When I started, I was working with Johnny O'Mara, and we were hitting her pretty hard in the training and stuff, and he just always said, you got 10 years before that fire goes out. I was like, huh, like, what's that mean, when does the fire go out? The fire ain't ever gonna go on me, for sure. After the first year, I was like, wow, this is pretty taxing. It's a lot of work. I remember after the 6th year, I signed with KTM, and I told my wife and my mom and my dad, I said, I'm doing 2 years, and I'm done. I'm really glad I didn't quit, but I will say this was the hardest year. I was really having a hard time mentally getting into it. I'm on the gate, I can't turn it on, and it was really kind of scary for me.
I didn't have the answer for that. It's hard to look into the guy's, soul and say, where did that fire go?
We have a contract for him to continue racing for the rest of this year. But we also feel that he has brought so much to KTM. He won 5 championships for us. We owe him, I think, that choice.
They say all good things must come to an end, and for that side of things, this was something so good.
Ryan is not gonna go completely away. Today, he's already on the track with Marvin.
Dude, your corner speed going into the turn is like 5 to 10 mile an hour faster. You're flowing into it,
It's really nice to see him wanting to help me right now, because I think he knows how important it is to be, on point if you want to win races.
Marvin Musquin won 2 straight world championships on a 250 in Europe, inciting Roger DeCoster to sequester him to the United States. Since entering the 450 class, he has played a subordinate role to Ryan Dungey. Now, Marvin is the premier rider, a position thrusted onto him regardless of his will, and KTM's only hope for a 450 championship.
I always felt that Marvin in the last couple of years, he wanted to become the top guy on the team, and hopefully he can handle the pressure on him. I'm sure he's going to feel that pressure even, without speaking about it, it's going to happen.
Only a few feet away from KTM's pit area at Pala Raceway is factory Yamaha's future investment. 21-year-old Cooper Webb won the 250 outdoor title last season and was the only racer granted a factory contract to compete in the 450 class. He labored through his inaugural Supercross season, and top brass at Yamaha pulled him from the series end to prepare for the outdoors.
It's definitely been an adjustment for sure. I've tried to explain it, that feeling and the difference of the 250 class and the 450 class and the bikes in general, but it's honestly one of those things that until you kind of ride it, you just don't know. The biggest thing is how fast and powerful the machine is, and every time you're on the gas, off the gas, it's affecting the bike more because it weighs quite a bit more, so it makes it that much more sensitive to anything you do. It just affects everything.
You need to either go inside, attack the rough line, or you need to go wider and then hop that whole thing and you can get in.
It's been 10 years since Yamaha have won an outdoor 450 championship, so I'm pretty sure they're ready for another one now.
The Supercross season didn't go too great at all. On the positive end of things, we're prepared for motocross.
Hangtown Raceway serves as the first stop for the Outdoor Nationals. It is also the first time in 11 years that Ryan Dungey will not be gearing up for the opening race.
You deserve every bit you ever did. You're a class act.
Thank you, Mitch. That means a lot coming from you.
You're awesome.
Whether it is to preserve the legacy of his former race team, garner revenge on Eli Tomac, the rider who has caused him the most suffering in the recent past, or simply to help out a friend, it seems that all the energy Ryan previously expelled, dominating the most grueling sport on the planet, he is now focusing on Marvin Musquin's riding.
Marvin's riding really good. Relaxed. Good job, Marv. Can you almost like kind of just carry your, like a Millville-like style?
Yeah, I think so.
Because that's what Eli does, and it just looks, it's slow, but you're just like not doubling and, yeah.
Ryan, you know, always change a lot of things on his bike, you know, especially suspensions, but I guess that's how you learn, you know, when you try a lot of things, but maybe sometimes you go crazy.
Ryan's helping Marvin because he genuinely cares about Marvin and about the team. Whether it's wanted or not, he wants to be there and wants to do what he can.
It's hard for me because Roger has been such a friend and helpful through all of this. And I've worked with Roger 10 out of the 11 years I've been pro. A part of all this success wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Roger and Ian. It's hard. I don't like disappointing people.
Let's just get out of here with a solid finish, you know? We don't gotta set the world on fire right away.
Musquin put down the third fastest qualifying lap time at Hangtown, an improvement of 4 positions from the previous year. Right behind him was incoming rookie Cooper Webb, who seemed to be finding some momentum on his new machine.
The bike under traction is really good and you're shifting now, you're really shifting nicely. If you start to ride your bike like you rode that last practice, you're starting to ride like a 450. I think he's going to do really well in these outdoors. I think he's going to be a title contender in these outdoors. All the guys that are up front, he's battled with in the past, and you know, the veterans of the class, I feel like he's going to get in there and ruffle some feathers. All right, let's focus on the start, and then just nice and smooth. You know, for Cooper Webb himself, he's not a guy that just wants to go out and make up the numbers. He wants to line up and win.
Set the stage for the 2017 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross campaign. Hangtown, perhaps the most historic racetrack on the circuit. Turn number 1, just out of the start chute. Josh Grant holding on to the number 1 ride. Musquin into the number 2, and Cooper Webb in the number 5 position. Here comes Musquin. Musquin into the inside, now goes to the outside. And Musquin goes into the number 1 position. Oh my goodness. Eli Tomac did not get the best of starts, was back around 10th. He is now clawed his way back to the number 3 position. Come on. Where is Cooper Webb? Webb now back into the number 5 position. Here comes Eli Tomac. Musquin's got in trouble in the form of Eli Tomac.
Carrying the confidence of an impressive runner-up finish to Ryan Dungey in Supercross, to many, an Eli Tomac Outdoor Championship victory seemed like a foregone conclusion. But at round 1, Marvin began to cast doubt on that assumption.
And now Musquin gets caught in traffic. Musquin gets around the Honda. He still has the advantage, but not by much. And now Eli Tomac drops the hammer onto the inside, but Musquin will not let it go. Musquin goes over in front. They bump just a bit. Their elbows rub. I don't know how, but Musquin is able to hold on. Musquin tight ropes the top of the half pipe and comes out the leader.
Side by side now. Musquin trying to protect that inside line. Tomac around the outside. Here they come. Eli Tomac to the front now. What a way to start the season. Tomac with a big win. Coming around for that number 2 spot, the 25 of Marvin Musquin.
Good. It's a good start. We'll build from here. And Eli, he rides the edge, which is okay, you know, and it works for him.
The timing could actually be near perfect for Marvin starting to try and fight for a championship in the main class, and Ryan retiring and him getting the attention, I think from that side it could work in Marvin's favor.
Basically everything we work on not doing is what you're doing now, you know what I mean? Hangtown was mediocre at best. You know, he was 5'9", 6th overall. It was okay.
It's a wake-up call to say the least. I didn't realize how hard and how fast and how crazy that class is. We have a lot of work to do. Either get on your horse and ride it, or it's going to be a long season.